Hey guys, Mark from 42freeway.com. It's November 22nd. I'm back in Bellmawr, New Jersey for what I hope will be a short video update on the direct connection 295 42676 project. You guys have no idea how many times I've been to this spot right here and done a video. I was here 2 weeks ago, did a video, didn't have my fancy camera with the windbreaker. When I got home, you just couldn't hear what I was saying. Anyway, there's some significant updates, some significant movement in this project I'm going to show you. First, I'm going to start with the Browning Road, and that's sort of the disappointing aspect, but we're going to build up to some exciting things, so hold on. All right, so here we are. There's 676, 295 off to that way. Over here is the old Annunciation Church. It's called St. Joachim, am I saying that properly? And this is Browning Road. What has not happened at this point, which should have, I believe, happened last year, is this concrete piece here and this wall is supposed to be a temporary bridge. We've talked about this in the past. Temporary bridge so that they can rebuild Browning Road. Browning Road is going to be elevated higher, rebuilt, possibly wider. I have to look at those details. That has not happened. I believe there are some utilities running under the Browning Road Bridge. Maybe that's added some complexity to it. So that still has not happened, but that explains, and we've talked about this in the past, that explains why you got this cutout here in Annunciation and then over by the mausoleum. Now, I've intentionally not flipped the camera around to show you this other side, but look in the distance there, and I'm gonna move down. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 large support columns are up. That is the 295 overhead. Now I'm going to move down to the other side of the bridge there and talk more about this, but I just want to point out, also in the middle of the roadway there's those two concrete rectangular beams, and they've added in the last 6 months or 3 months the steel support in the middle. That is also part of the temporary bridge. So whenever they get to it, and I'm trying to find out from the state, that bridge will come across here. Think how significant that has to be, though. It has to hold up to tractor trailers and cars and trucks and people. Traffic will be diverted there eventually. They'll rebuild this. We're going to move on down, and we're going to talk more about these columns here. All right, so I've come across the other side of Browning Road. Here's the mausoleum, St. Mary's Cemetery. You can see this is the other side through the fence here. Whoa. The other side of the concrete wall. This is where the temporary bridge will be connecting. So now let's talk about, let me see, you know what, I think I had a better angle down here. I remember, as I said, guys, I was here 2 weeks ago. All right, let's try this out here through the trees. In the front here, you have 1, 2, 3 support columns. So I'm going to talk about these columns, but we're going to try and explain, you know, it's still hard to figure these things out, where this road's going. And by the way, there's so much more to this project. There's going to be a road going underneath this ground level, well, kind of, it's already down in the ground. I haven't even mentioned that in any of my blogs. All right, so you got these 3 in the front. So the one on the rightmost against the sound barrier, what that is that is actually the traffic from 42 North who wants to go to 95 North. So right now, if you're on 42 North, you're coming from Deptford, you're coming from Gloucester Township, you got that odd sort of sharp bend that they have temporarily, which starts over here. They got 2 weird things going on, right? They got this, this traffic on the left here, you can see through the fence, is from 42 North. And then there's that ramp that they built that goes nowhere. So imagine that ramp going up. Instead of going around that bend, the ramp, you would hop on that ramp and it would go up in the air, and all this distance up over our heads, you'll be in the sky, connecting to, the roadway will be connecting to that pillar there. Sorry about the angle. And then it'll merge on the upper deck. All right, so we talked about the rightmost support beam next to the sound barrier there. These 2 right here in the front, right on the other side of this yellow construction crane. So what that is that is 295 North. So you're down in Delaware, Paulsboro, you're coming up and you want to continue 295 North. Basically what that'll be is you're coming from that direction. Honestly, I don't know if it's that particular ramp. I have to check that out, or if that ramp is the southbound. But you're coming from that direction up over our heads. All these wires have to get moved because there'll be a very large bridge road coming over here, and it's going to connect to those 2 roadways. So it's just a nice straight run. Currently when you do this, it's not so bad. Currently when you're coming from 295 north, you got to go up, over, and bend around and come through here and then down, and then you got to loop through. It's still a little twisty and turny. Where the big savings and the traffic safety improves and the savings in time and confusion is those two columns in the back. There's another row in the back. You can see the blue Genie truck there. Those two are the southbound 295. So it's a pair, you know, so you really got three directions here. You got this direction coming in from 42 north. This direction is 295 north. And then those two in the back are 295 south. Now, why this is a big deal, and this is the crux of this whole project, is traffic will be able to come from 295 south, go up to the left. So normally you would go right. Sorry, I'm speaking cryptically here. Normally you would go right and go way out into the distance around that giant Aljo's curve. You can actually see in the distance there's a building in the distance past the green grass. That's the senior over 55 home they built where the old Aljo's was. So that's literally Aljo's curve. So you got to go all the way out to there, loop around, and come back where this traffic's merging in. In the new world, when this is completed, you'll go left, right? It makes sense. You'll go left. You'll skip all of that Aljo's curve traffic, and you'll literally be going up over that tunnel that they built. Everybody asks about those traffic lights at the tunnel. And you'll be coming up here and then going over and connecting down there to that ramp. It really is like a nice, hey man, 42 freeway. I said I do a good job, so that's awesome. So you can start seeing how this straightens out, and I'll do some sort of overlay to point that out. All right, so that's a wrap for the November 2020 update in Bellmawr. I still got so much to find out about. I got to find out what's going on with this Browning Road Bridge. And so we got more posts, we got more things to come, and hopefully I can keep these short. Thanks, guys. Mark, 42freeway.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Facebook page.